What is happening, Magnus? We are back with the master of Star Wars lore himself, the Star Wars Theory. Are you ready? All right.
All right. The end of episode 6. What are our thoughts, everybody? I feel like I made a lot of good points while I was watching them, and I seem to have forgotten them. Not really.
I understand why. It's hard to keep your attention watching this thing.
Too much happened.
See? I told you how tired. You saw my review and you saw how tired I was when I was reviewing it. I was talking about how tired I was. It made Theory tired too. If you guys have a hard time sleeping, watch The Acolyte. It's a cure for insomnia. Brought to you by Disney.
I guess that sums up the episode.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say, the factory reset thing was pretty hilarious. Like, they should have done that with C-3PO, just a simple, hold power on and, the volume button and just, alright, you reset, all good, 3PO. 3PO, human-cyborg relations. Let's see, where are we going? So, the Sith has, obviously he wasn't a Jedi, he had some sort of a Sith master, I guess. Curious to find out who that is. There's really only one option. It could be Venomous. It could be Tenebrous. It could be Plagueis if they want to.
You know what someone put in the comments that I thought was interesting? They said that it looks like he has a scar from a whip. That was like, is his master, because he used to be a Jedi, right? Is his master the green face lady?
Bring him into the mix. But he's not alive yet, but we know what they did with Ki-Adi-Mundi. It doesn't really matter. So, wow.
It's nothing to talk about. I know, man.
I really don't have much to say.
See?
Wasn't really too much. It's just a guessing game, essentially. They're just... The excitement around the show is, like, wondering... Because now these characters' twins have switched... It's essentially just like Parent Trap. That's what yeah. At the end of the day, it's just a Star Wars Parent Trap. Yeah, so... so he's got a Sith Master. She probably is going to use all aspects of the Force, I would imagine, now that she's donned the helmet. Even more Jedi now know that someone has killed Jedi. So that's even more of a mistake. And then even if they die, it's like, what was this all for? So let's say they get killed. Let's say all the Jedi get killed. Okay, well, then now we have a bunch of Jedi that were supposed to be extreme, loyalists, Jedi Masters. And they hid so much information from the Jedi High Council. Then, of course, there's the aspect of, we have 8 Jedi that have died all pretty much within the same few minutes. And Yoda, no other Jedi felt a single thing. That is also interesting to think about.
Wonder if Yoda's coming in at the end. Probably been the last episode.
Other than that, there wasn't really too much else in the show that happened. It was just a sort of a lot of dialogue, a lot of...
I told you.
Okay, 62%. With a 0 to 4, 25 for a 5 to 6, and a 9% say 7 to 8, and 4% only for a 9 to 10. Okay, interesting. Interesting. For the people that give it a 7 to 8 or a 9 to 10, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Like, what are your reasons for the show? I'm sure you've seen my sentiments as to...
I know what the reasons are. Insanity!
Things that I don't like about it. What would you say to combat that? What am I rating it? I rate this episode
trash. Piece of trash.
I know a lot of you will scoff at this.
Come on, 0 to 4, man.
really.
Come on.
I give it a 0.
Yeah, there you go, 0 to 4.
Yeah, I just wasn't immersed in any moment. I thought some of the comical moments just took me out of the whatever immersion I was in, which wasn't much.
The elephant space mice were cute. That's a plus, I guess.
And I just think a lot of the characters make very stupid decisions. I don't think any of them make any sound decisions whatsoever. I think the whole idea of hiding this from the council is just ludicrous. Keeping it hush hush. I mean, yeah, you just, you. God bless Leslie Headland, man. But you know what, dude? And I say that because I don't wish any single person bad or anything, but I believe that she just. I don't think she was the right person for this job. I really don't. And the fact that she had Pablo sign off on bringing Ki-Adi-Mundi into the mix, I mean, that's how do you sign that off? It's like
they could have brought anybody else in. I don't know why they did that. It could have been just somebody that was never. It could have been anybody.
A lot of these people want to say that
a no-name Jedi.
That's one thing. I would say the main issue is that you have literally the guy that says the Sith haven't shown up in 1,000 years. Now
why
finding
would you
out
do that?
There are dead Jedi.
Right. Yeah.
He just doesn't tell anybody?
Yeah. What happens?
He just tells nobody.
No idea.
I don't know. Maybe maybe in the next 2 episodes we're gonna see the Jedi Council know about it. Which would break. It's either way it goes, it breaks the story. So it's very interesting, these people that like to constantly combat the fact that it doesn't break the story. Well, how does it not break the story? Because you have the guy that literally said the Jedi haven't existed in 1,000 years, finding out that the Jedi are now dead 80 years
people
before he says this, when it was 1,000 years of peace.
You said Sith, you said Jedi.
No Jedi had died.
You know what he
then
meant.
if you want him to tell the Jedi Council, well then now the Jedi Council know, which completely even more publicly refutes his statement that the Sith haven't returned in 1,000 years. This guy, Kimir, says that he is. I mean, Leslie Headland said that he's a Sith.
Excuse me, sir. It's Smilo Ren. Get it right.
In her interview, just that we watched a few minutes ago before the show. And then Kimir basically alludes to the fact that he did not have a Jedi Master. He had a Sith or a Knight of Ren or whatever they want to put into the story. I think the whole thing was just forced. No pun intended.
Wait. I thought he said... whatever. It doesn't matter.
I think they wanted to create something, and they ended up going a route that really just
not even
breaks a
overboard,
lot of the canon, breaks a lot of the lore that George Lucas made for episode 1, 2, and 3. It's just weird to me. I don't know.
They went down they took a left turn down a dark dirt woodsy road, and the old man told them, Disney, before you go down there, that's the least traveled road right there. You might not want to do that because not many people have returned. Disney was like, we'll be fine.
Doesn't really make sense. Doesn't add up. You have a story that's already established, and you have these characters, and you're putting in the very characters that should not be put. It's like, why would you choose Ki-Adi-Mundi? What is the reason?
It makes fans think you don't know Star Wars lore. That's the problem. And then it makes them not trust you no more. That rhymes ain't the player of the game. Bars!
If he hides it, he's still corroborating with this whole hidden thing of the Jedi being dead. If he tells the Council, then it breaks even more of what he said to Qui-Gon, because the entire Council's in on it. So I don't know, bro. And I remember when Leslie Headland announced that she wanted to make this show, I was really gunning for it, man. I was talking really positively about it on YouTube.
Really? The dark side clouded your judgment. The dark side. The dark side. I can't even get it out. The dark side clouded your judgment. It has.
review, I was really expressing my opinions. Oh, dude, I think this is going to be great. I'm really excited for it. You know, in live streams, people would ask, well, which show are you most excited for? I'd say The Acolyte. Because she said that she wants to really focus on the Sith. We haven't gotten any of that. We haven't focused on any Sith. We're going to get them in the next 2 episodes, the last 2 episodes? No, come on. I think the writing for the show was really bad. I think none of it even makes sense for Star Wars, let alone an actual show. You have a character that's constantly wishy-washy. It's like she's got split personality or something.
Yeah, it's weird.
And if you've ever met someone with split personality or lived with them, you know it's not their fault, but it's extremely difficult to be around someone like that. Yeah. And I feel for her sister, man. I feel for Osha, because it's like 1 minute, you know, she's fighting for her, the next minute she's abandoning her, then the next minute she's hating her and wants to kill her and then loves her. Like, confusing. Tenebrous cleaning house would be okay, but we still leaves Mundi, so still whack AF. Kind of feel dumb for expecting better than this shit. Yeah, dude, I mean, the only saving grace of this show,
Don't feel dumb. It's okay. You hoped too much. You hoped too much. You hoped too close to the sun. It's okay. Just learn from your naivety.
Thing that could make a portion, kind of cool, is if Plagueis or Tenebrous shows up and just dices this Sith. Just freaking kills him. That would be alright, but still, it doesn't excuse the fact that he has now revealed himself to the Jedi. He's killed Jedi. Ki-Adi-Mundi now knows about Jedi dying. Whether he knows it's a Sith or not, they know that a Jedi has turned rogue, trained a Jedi,
maybe he'll fall and hit his head.
Trained a Force user, trained the sister of a former Jedi at the Jedi Temple, who is killing Jedi. Then we know that Kimir is wanting the rule of 2. He says, she says, well, what was your purpose for this? He says, the power of 2. Well, that's the rule of 2. So he is a descendant. He is a wannabe of Bane. And Bane got that idea and that information from a holocron from Revan. So really, it's just so surprising to me that they would actually.
Oh yeah, I remember a few people defending the Sith in the comments when I thought it was the stupidest thing that the Sith train their apprentice in the arts and then expect them to kill them. All the reasons you gave are bad. Every single reason you guys gave are bad. How about you just eventually defeat me in a duel? You don't have to kill me. And then we can be 2 extremely powerful Sith. And now I've trained up my apprentice to be more powerful than me. And we both will rule the galaxy with power. Unlimited power! See?
Introduce the Sith into a time that's...
Y'all was giving those reasons like it was a good reason.
We could say, okay, Ki-Adi-Mundi wasn't around, maybe this got hushed up somehow, and that would even be like a big if. This is 80 frickin' years before the Phantom Menace. What the hell? Come on.
There's Snarky J. I'll have to watch hers. I'll definitely have to watch hers. Well, get over to Star Wars Theory, subscribe, tell them Tyrone Magnus sent you. And if you enjoyed my reaction and thoughts, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share.